Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Welcome to another episode of Logan's Lists. In this series, I'm going to share my opinion on all things music related, ranging from common topics to obscure topics. Today, I'm going to take you through my top 10 guitar players and inform you who they played with, how long they've been around, what equipment each one used, some songs that reflect their talent, and the biggest reason why I respect them. Let us begin. Getting the ball rolling at number 10, we got John Frusciante. Frusciante achieved worldwide notoriety with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. In addition, he dropped a compelling cluster of solo albums. He was a member of the Chili Peppers in 3 stages. He recently returned in 2019, which put me on cloud 9. What about equipment? Frusciante regularly relied on Fender Strats. A handful of songs that make him worthy of being here on this list are Dana, California, Parallel Universe, Under the Bridge, the Zephyr Song, and Wet Sand. My favorite feature about John Frusciante is his unmistakable tone. Strangely enough, the clean version appeals to me more compared to the fierce solos. Most of the time it's the other way around. Not quite in standard tuning, not nearly a half step down. This makes it really tricky to match in an authentic fashion. Dreamy notes glide effortlessly thanks to his magic touch and lull you into a fantasy you won't want to escape from. Tipping the scales at number 9, Carlos Santana. He played with Santana. I never would have guessed. His background in guitar extends from 1965 onward. Over the years, Santana has alternated among Gibson SGs, Les Pauls, and PRS guitars. Songs that caught Santana on a great day are Song of the Wind, Everybody's Everything, Blues for Salvador, Chingo, and Europa. What impresses me deeply about Carlos Santana is his vintage soaring slides and vibrato. He has totally mastered this phenomenon. He consistently manipulates excited screeches from his tools that blow my mind every time I hear them. Right above Santana is Steve Clark in 8th place. Steve Clark was a renowned guitar player for Def Leppard between 1977 and 1991. Unfortunately, he passed away at just 30 years old. For equipment use, Steve mainly depended on Gibsons, but sometimes brought out a Fender Strat, for example on Love Bites. A few Steve Clark branded songs that stand the test of time to this day are Armageddon It, Too Late for Love, Wasted, Switch 625, and Love Bites. The best thing about Steve, in my opinion, is the speed and dexterity of his solos. He sprinted through solos like a wild animal, especially for someone so young. The sky was the limit. Def Leppard definitely wouldn't have gotten off the ground without Steve's raw flavor. Fighting his way into 7th would be Dimebag Darrell. He rocked with Pantera, Damage Plan, and Anthrax now and then. Dimebag made his mark from 1981 through 2004. In 2004, he was sadly gunned down at a Damage Plan performance. One of the darkest days in music history. He dubbed a Dean ML, a Washburn Dime 333, Culprit, and Stealth. A few songs that cement Dimebag's ranking would be Cemetery Gates, 5 Minutes Alone, Revolution Is My Name, The Sleep, and Message in Blood. My favorite quality about him is how well he personalized his tone. Dimebag never tried to emulate anyone else. Rather, he fused a chunk of himself with the guitar. Avid Pantera fans will instantly recognize one of his licks, and recreating that signature adrenaline-flowing sound is far easier said than done. Sitting at the 6th spot is Tony Iommi. He's been with Black Sabbath and briefly appeared in a band called Heaven and Hell. Iommi burst onto the scene in 1964 and never looked back. In terms of equipment used, Iommi has cycled through numerous guitars, including JD Custom SGs, Gibson SGs, Gibson SG Standard, and even a Fender Strat. A string of songs that paint a clear picture of his talent are Snowblind, Children of the Grave, War Pigs, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, and Symptom of the Universe. The number one quality I cherish about Tony Iommi would be his less is more philosophy. He injects an incredibly distinct style. Losing two of his fingers due to a factory accident forced him to adapt, and he certainly did. His spooky riffs rival players with all their fingers. Tony Iommi tabs are littered with two-finger power chords that practically became a staple for Black Sabbath throughout their remarkable run. This also helps younger guitar players discover simple riffs they can handle, yet still channel that killer sound. Smack dab in the middle of the pack at number 5 is Tom Morello. Gotta show you this shirt real quick. He rose to fame as part of Rage Against the Machine and was involved with Audioslave and Prophets of Rage 2. Tom was active from 1979 until present day. For equipment used, Mongrel Custom Arm the Homeless, several Fender Telecasters, an Ibanez Art Star Hollow Body Custom, a St. George MP3 Creamy, an Ibanez Talman Custom, a Gibson EDS 1275, and let's not forget the divine Soul Power inscribed Fender Strat. I'm tired just reading that list. A few songs that are highlights from his career include Your Time Has Come, Cochise, Like a Stone, Strength in Numbers, and Born of a Broken Man. My favorite quality about Tom Morello is his versatility, how far he's willing to go to reach his goal. Tom Morello, at least to me, comes across as a modern-day Jimi Hendrix. I notice plenty of similar patterns when they play. Tom is very hands-on. You know, he doesn't ask someone to polish up his sound. Instead, he tweaks effects on his own until he finally accepts what he hears. Tom has a thorough understanding of technical intricacies which are attached to playing guitar. Over the years, his sharp mind continues to be his greatest advantage over promising players. As a result, much like Hendrix, Tom broke down barriers that previously limited guitarists across the globe by harnessing complicated gear and various effects that caused fans to do a double take. Calling his approach cutting edge would probably be an understatement. Moving up to number 4, none other than David Gilmour. He played with the stellar rock group Pink Floyd along with Roy Harper and Kate Bush. He began contributing to Pink Floyd in 1968 all the way through 2014 and released 4 solo albums spaced out conservatively from 1978 through 2015. Equipment used. Well, the sleek black Strat is the most acclaimed piece, no doubt about it. In fact, I have it right here. In addition, once in a while, David Gilmour picked the 0001 Strat, a Gibson Les Paul, a Gretsch Duo, Jet, White Falcon, and a White Penguin. Some songs that bring out the best in David are Shine On You Crazy Diamond, Time, Hey You, Money, and Dogs. My favorite quality about him would be his ingenuity. Even the simpler riffs he engineered, such as the 4 notes on Shine On You Crazy Diamond, leave a lasting impression on listeners. They still display impeccable depth. His delivery takes him the distance. There's quite a blend of mysterious properties wrapped up in his material that ages extremely well. Each note rings out with a calculated flair that only a legend like himself could accomplish. Arriving at the 3rd position would be Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page played with the Yardbirds, Led Zeppelin, XYZ, The Firm, the Honey Drippers, Coverdale, Page, Page and Plant, and the Black Crowes. He's been going strong since 1957. Jimmy Page gravitated toward Gibson Les Pauls and double neck Gibsons. However, he also didn't mind strumming away on Fender Telecasters as well. A few songs that highlight Jimmy's powers are Stairway to Heaven, Ramble On, In My Time of Dying, Since I've Been Loving You, and Achilles' Last Stand. My favorite thing about Jimmy has to be his professionalism. He was extremely dedicated to giving his all while simultaneously maintaining his composure. A role model individual thanks to the way he carried himself. He didn't pretend to be someone he wasn't. Overall, he strikes me as a very calm, collected, and reliable player who consistently got the job done without letting his ego ruin his image. Nipping at the heels of our top spot in second place, Eddie Van Halen. He played with Van Halen. Can you believe that? I didn't know that before. Kiss, Michael Jackson, Brian May, Frank Sinatra, Black Sabbath, and LL Cool J. Eddie has been taking guitar to new heights since 1972. Equipment used. Eddie preferred jamming on an exclusive Frankenstrat designed by the man himself. Eddie wanted the best of both worlds. The Strat's design tethered to Gibson's sound. Later, Eddie shuffled between a Kramer 5150 Beretta and double neck, a Steinberger GL-2T, and EVH Wolfgangs. A few songs that punctuated his prowess: How About Right Now, Panama, Eruption, Out of Love Again, and Mean Street. My favorite quality about Eddie Van Halen would be how innovative he was. Eddie offered a glimpse into what the future of electric guitar entailed. He single-handedly brought two-handed tapping to the mainstream. He coaxed unearthly sounds from his instruments that are still tough to wrap your head around today. Finally, I saved the best for last. Bringing home the gold is, drum roll please, Jimi Hendrix. The sheer momentum he manifested within a couple years was absolutely unheard of. He played with Little Richard, Curtis Knight, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and Band of Gypsies. Jimmy was active from 1963 through 1970. He primarily zeroed in on unusual Fender Strats, turned upside down and restrung to accommodate his left-handedness, but he favored Fender Jazzmasters, Duosonics, Gibson Flying V's, and Gibson SGs. A few songs that back up his dominance over the others on this list are Machine Gun, All Along the Watchtower, Castles Made of Sand, Bold as Love, and who can forget the iconic rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner at Woodstock 1969, a moment which defined the entire decade. My favorite quality about Jimmy, without question, his intense presentation on stage. He understood how to entertain fans, to make sure they got their money's worth and then some. Playing behind his back, with his teeth, setting his guitar on fire, Jimmy was a loose cannon on stage, and his crazy antics elevated his performances. Alright, let's do a quick recap. Number 10, John Frusciante. Number 9, Carlos Santana. Number 8, Steve Clark. Number 7, Dimebag Darrell. Number 6, Tony Iommi. Number 5, Tom Morello. Number 4, David Gilmour. Number 3, Jimmy Page. Number 2, Eddie Van Halen. And our winner at number 1, Jimi Hendrix. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite top 10 guitar players are. Your top 5, your absolute favorite, doesn't really matter. I'm just curious to know what you guys think, so leave your own list in the comments, that would be great. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Until then, rock on.